Hello YouTube, this is Neon, and today I'm going to be doing another episode of Coping to Thriving with Life, in which I talk about my personal life and how I do just that. So I haven't done, first off, there's one person, or I'm getting one view on these videos, and I don't know if it's one person or if it's different people, but I just want to say, whoever's giving me that one view so far, it means so much to me. Okay. So, from Coping to Thriving with Life. This last week, I didn't do any uploading of videos. I was very depressed. Christmas was really tough. I'm alone. I'm apart from my family. I'm overwhelmed by overworking myself and just keeping myself too busy. So when Christmas came around, a friend of mine was gonna take me out to eat, and things just didn't quite work out. When he got here, I told him all I wanted to do was just cuddle. Can you just hold me? And so we did that, and that kind of led to some heavy petting, which did not lead to full-on sex, but definitely some foreplay, let's say, which was surprising. I've known him, we met 14 years ago. We dated a little bit back then, but it didn't work out, but we maintained a friendship over the years. An unusual kind of friendship where we're in touch and we're not in touch. But there was never any enemy or hostility between us, because he's a great guy. That was really helpful, because I was so depressed for Christmas that I would have probably been 10 times more depressed. I had 3 candy bars, really a total of 4, because he brought a candy bar on Christmas that he left. I ate all those 4 candy bars and then some cookies. So I did do some overeating. I stayed in my room for 5 days. Today I will be leaving my room. I will be working out today. I didn't handle it the best way possible, but I've handled my depression better than I've handled it in the past. It's been more bearable. I've stayed in my room for at least 9 days in terms of keeping track when I have depression, because I don't want to be around people. It's too much for me, and I just cannot be around anybody. So 5 days for me isn't that bad, considering I've stayed in my room for at least 9 days, possibly longer at times. I haven't been drinking, which is weird. I went from drinking about 5 servings a night to 3 servings. Once I found out that there's all of these links to alcoholism. What am I trying to say? There's all these links to cancer that come from drinking, even drinking in moderation. So drinking 4 to 5 drinks a night is definitely not moderation. They're saying it's 2. I've decided to drink 3 a night, because those were the older indications. 3 was moderate for a male. But I hadn't drank at all. I haven't drunk at all during these 5 days, during this last week of being so depressed. I'm not in contact with my family. I haven't been in contact with them for a long time at all. And it's painful. Every year it's painful. I used to go to like homeless shelters or somewhere just to be around people to eat, and I've kind of stopped doing that. A lot of it has to do with, there's always going to be that 1 or 2 people that smell so bad that I just really don't want to eat a meal around somebody who smells like I've smelled when in the throes of my mental illness. I haven't bathed for 6 weeks. I mean, I saw how people looked and acted around me when I was in public like that, and it's unpleasant either way. But I've decided not to go out to homeless shelters or to places that cater to people who have nowhere to go, for that as well as for other reasons. So I just decided to stay at home. My friend, like I said, he came and he made my Christmas a lot better. He is such a blessing and I love him. We didn't go out, like I said, to eat because I just didn't want to go out, you know. And even though I was kind of shocked that we did the heavy petting, it was wonderful to be held and to be caressed and to be touched. That was wonderful. There's some things that I'm working on in my life that are going to lead to success, financial success, that I promise when the time comes I will be sharing here. And I had to put that on the back burner because the way I've been coping has been binge watching The Walking Dead, binge watching Z Nation, binge watching Once Upon a Time, which I didn't think I would like as much as I'm liking it. And really not being that productive. I've done my positive affirmations every day, but not as much. There's some things I've done. I went 3 days without bathing. It had been over a week without me shaving. And that coupled with not bathing it was going on 3 days. I actually had to get up and shave because my beard was itching my face so bad I couldn't go to sleep. The beard will itch me, and then if I don't bathe, all of the, I guess, dust mites and dead skin cells will itch me even more. It feels like somebody's just doing this to my face. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and it's just not fun at all. So I had to get up and shave. Thank goodness I don't look like Paul Bunyan right now. But I feel ready to move forward. There were a lot of things that I was doing just too much of. I told myself I had to do this thing once a week, this other thing 6 days a week, this video, this upload twice a week. And I told myself, you know what, I'm going to do my video once a week. And if I'm feeling really good, then I'll do it twice a week. And that I'm not going to do the other thing 4 days a month. I may only do it once or twice a month. And the other thing that I was doing 6 days a week, I'm only going to do 2 or 3 days a week. And just beginning to just be flexible and be pragmatic and do what works. So in that respect, I'm really looking forward to moving forward. I didn't handle this depression that well, but I've handled it so much worse in the past. So I feel good about how I handled it this time around. I'm looking forward to beginning another 10-week workout cycle. I probably put on a few pounds because I did overeat a bit, but I've overeaten worse, and I didn't overeat as bad this time. I don't like being in my room because it is sedentary, and it's not good for my health. It's not good for my health to not get outside. But this time around, it was only 5 days. I am confident that's ending today. I will go to do a workout today. I'm just glad that as bad as this depression was, I can see that things are getting better. I like to see my life as going like this, up and down, but in a progressive way. And sometimes the down parts may go very down, but it always goes up. And so I'm just so grateful that the depression wasn't so bad that I just had to go hook up, or that I had to overeat every day, or that I had to waste my money to go to a bathhouse or to buy chocolate and stuff like that. None of that happened. The little chocolate that I did have was supposed to last me to the end of the month, but like I said, I did overeat that chocolate. But not nearly as much. And I would have like 2 or 3 servings of this cookie, this big cookie someone gave me. And that is not as bad as I've handled it in the future. It's better. I've handled this depression better. And I'm just so grateful to God. I want to say that I'm so grateful that so much of my life is blessed and is wonderful and is full of hope. It's full of hope. My life is full of hope. You know, and I'm grateful for that. I don't want to be on here and only seem like I don't have things that are positive to say, because my life is blessed. I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for the little money that comes every month on SSI. I'm grateful that I have another source of income that I will be sharing that guarantees I'll have enough money for food every month. God is wonderful. The God of my understanding is wonderful, and I thank him or her so very much just for taking such good care of me. I'm so wonderfully and gratefully just thankful for having this outlet for sharing, for having that one viewer that watches this series of From Coping to Thriving with Life. I have a lot to be grateful for and a lot to be hopeful for. I just ended a 10-week cycle last week. At the end of every 10-week workout cycle, I get to take a week off. And I could never even finish a cycle because I would work out so much that I would burn out and I would get injured, and I'd have to stop working out for 2 or 3 weeks just so my back could heal good enough so I could work out again. That didn't happen this time. It almost did, but it didn't. And I've reduced the amount of working out I do, and I've slowly but surely working on making my life function. One thing that I do that helps to make my life function is I rely on mantras. I rely on visualizing, sending, and receiving love from people in public, so it makes it easier for me to be around people. And I'm relying on doing that more in my personal life, where the things that stand in my way when I'm doing my day-to-day tasks to pursue my dreams and just the things that we all have to do every day to get by can cause me so much frustration. And the anger and the wanting to punch holes in the walls and screaming and my blood pressure going up, it makes things worse. These things that stand in my way sometimes, moment by moment, slow me down, and they slow down my progress. And I'm learning that as I visualize sending and receiving love from God, that I'm getting better at not making the situation worse. Even getting caught up in the mentality of, God, why are you doing this to me? I'm just trying to wash dishes and cook, and all of these things are happening to get in the way. Even that mentality makes things worse versus the mentality of staying calm and solving the problem and don't make the problem worse. The problems that arise and that slow my progress, they slow my progress. I can't avoid that. But I can avoid making the problems worse by being impatient and getting frustrated and angry, and then responding or reacting to those problems out of anger and frustration and impatience. In so doing, it makes the problems worse. It makes the decline in my progress much worse, and it makes everything worse, and it makes it harder for me to get through my day. As I do these visualizations in my personal life, I find that I'm calmly and patiently able to find solutions to these things that come in the way to stymie my progress, so that they don't stymie my progress as much, because I'm able to solve them much more quickly. Thank God. And that the fact of being able to rely on these visualizations of sending and receiving love to and from God is just wonderful. It's wonderful. I can say, hey, whatever I want to do today, things are going to get in my way, and I'm going to minimize the amount to which they impede my progress as I pursue my goals and dreams by remaining calm and patient through these visualizations. That's wonderful. It's wonderful, because now I can almost embrace problems that I know are going to come every day, and sometimes it may be moment by moment problems come, and I can embrace them and know that progressively over time I'm getting better and better at handling them. So I've reached my 15 minutes. If you've listened this long, I thank you. I feel blessed. I feel blessed if you only listened for 1 minute. If you like, please like, subscribe, share, comment, recommend my videos, watch a commercial, do one or more of those things. Thank you. Best wishes.